Joe Biden is not being impeached at this time. Instead, he is campaigning to be the next president of the United States, as the Democratic nominee in the 2020 election. This means that the impeachment process will not start until after he is sworn into office, if he is elected. Any political attempts to impeach the president before the election, or the swearing in of a new president, would be seen as untimely, and could be seen as a violation of the presidential election laws. The United States Senate has the exclusive power to impeach the President of the United States. This means that any attempts to impeach Joe Biden are most likely to start and be led in the Senate. Precedent has been set in the past, as former United States presidents have faced impeachment proceedings. This includes Richard Nixon, Bill Clinton, and Andrew Johnson, amongst others. Despite this historical situation, it is important to keep in mind that the impeachment process is a difficult one. It requires the coalition of 2/3 RDS of the United States Senate in order to succeed. Therefore, it is very unlikely that Joe Biden could be impeached before he is sworn into office, as it requires an unprecedented majority in the Senate. The Democratic Party currently holds a majority in the United States Congress and is likely to strongly defend the president, should any attempt to impeach him arise. Furthermore, any accusations of a crime or misdemeanor must be substantiated with sufficient evidence, in order to begin the impeachment process. Joe Biden has been an elected member of government, including as Vice President of the United States and a Senator for Delaware, and thus been held to the highest standard of the law. Though many people have suggested that Joe Biden should be impeached, this is currently only being discussed by political analysts, as no motion has been made to actually do so. Joe Biden is a well-respected and long-time public servant and would need to have committed a major wrong in order for him to be impeached. It is seen that the immediate attempt to impeach Biden before the election and his swearing into office would be deemed as an undemocratic move. Furthermore, the election of a new president that could then be impeached makes the validity of the election, and executive branch, questionable. Politically, it is not wise to impeach a president, as it weakens the legitimacy of the presidency and is seen as a disruptive act. If Biden is elected, any attempts to impeach him would have to first be voted upon in the U.S. Senate, with 2/3 in favor of the motion in order to succeed. Even if such an unlikely scenario occurred, Biden would be given the chance to defend himself before any further votes were taken. Therefore, to say that Joe Biden is currently being impeached is not accurate, as the process at this stage would be too complicated and unconvincing to succeed. The impeachment of a president is an issue that should not be taken lightly, and no officials should act to impeach a president without due cause and the backing of the people. Joe Biden, as the presumptive Democratic nominee for president, is a respected member of the political arena and has yet to be accused of a crime or misdemeanor that would warrant impeachment. This does not mean that Joe Biden is off the hook, as his actions and decisions will still be scrutinized by the American people. Every president is held responsible for their actions, and Joe Biden would be no different. Though impeachment is still a distant possibility at this time. Joe Biden has faced criticism from his opponent in the 2020 election race, But this does not mean that is enough to warrant impeachment. Joe Biden's past office in politics as vice president and senator has allowed him to remain above reproach and remain largely untarnished. This is not to say Joe Biden is beyond impeachment, but rather that the current legal and political situation makes it very difficult to do so. A case must be made with sufficient evidence and then voted for by 2/3 of the U.S. Senate in order to impeach a president.